It's game time for the Christian Brothers College High School soccer team, and junior forward Jake Meyercord is especially glad to be taking the field tonight.
They lost a few games, and it was just hard watching them lose without me not being able to play.
Then there's Max, the team manager who would also like to be out there with his team.
Said not to do anything, but when you're a high school kid, you're going to want to do stuff. So, I mean, it's hard.
Senior team captain Tommy is also sitting this one out.
Like no testing, no working out, no soccer.
While varied in scope and circumstance, these three soccer players all have one thing in common: concussions.
It was weird. I've never felt anything like it.
I got dizzy and I had like the worst headaches ever.
And they knew something was wrong.
They were scared about me because they saw I was obviously out of it.
It hurt extremely bad, and that's when I knew something was wrong.
CBC's Terry McClure, the winningest coach in high school soccer, can still recall having that tough conversation with Max.
He took a hellacious impact, and I said, looking across the table at this kid in May, I'm going, hey, you know what, I'm seeing a young 15-year-old kid. He's got his whole life ahead of him. I don't want a game to interfere with all that, so let's take next year off, take the whole year off. In May, we decided we were going to take off the whole following year.
So, yeah, it was the hardest decision ever. Pretty hard.
For Max, that tough decision to hang up his cleats for good came after his third concussion. Now he's in his second year as team manager.
I feel like I've been chasing normal since the concussion I had sophomore year. I get lightheaded and stuff, so I wear sunglasses a lot, just in normal everyday situations. Do homework, I wear sunglasses. So, I mean, it's still with me.
Using an MRI scanner.
Neurologist David Brody studies and treats traumatic brain injuries, including concussions. And for him, Max's story is a familiar one.
This happens all the time. Somebody comes into my office with the sunglasses on, we turn down the lights, get the sunglasses off, we examine them. But I sort of already know what's wrong with them when they come into the office with the sunglasses on.
Midfielder Tommy Lee estimates he's had 4 concussions and is currently sitting on the bench under the advice of his doctor. But he deals with them differently now than he did his first one, which was right after he had just secured his spot on the starting lineup.
Then my head started hurting and I just didn't want to lose it again, so I didn't really tell anyone.
And neither Tommy nor his coach will hesitate to tell you what he's known for.
I'm like our main head ball winner. I win every head ball, and if I don't, then I'm hitting someone's head with my head.
That's one of the parts of the game that he really controls and has success in. So he's going to do it.
Soccer players can head the ball hundreds or even thousands of times during the course of a season, and researchers are still examining the implications of these small recurring blows to the brain.
What experts do know is that most people will make a full recovery from their first concussion. It's only after receiving multiple concussions that you're far more likely to experience long-term symptoms. And it's not just head ballers like Tommy. Jake recently received his first and only concussion after being knocked to the ground.
The trainer talked to me and everything, and I remember saying I'm fine, and then I kind of came to my senses close to the end of the game.
Were you fine?
I wouldn't say so.
Jake's coach and trainer knew he wasn't fine. And experts agree it's critical to ask the right questions when making these sideline assessments.
The first rule, don't ask if they're okay, because they will always say yes, because they want to get back out and play. The rules right now are everyone who's had a concussion should be out of play for 24 hours, no matter how they feel. Doesn't matter whether they think they're fully back to normal, whether all their testing is back to normal, doesn't matter. They should be sitting out for 24 hours. If they have a gap in their memory, they don't remember what happened in the last play, or what happened in the last game. If they can't answer those questions correctly, they probably have a gap in their memory, and that's a sign of a concussion.
When it comes to youth athletics, the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of head injuries has already come a long way.
It used to be that you didn't have a choice. Everybody from your mom to your dad, your family, your coach, your cohorts, everybody just told you to go play on. That was the nature of it, because that's the way people were, times were, Anymore now, there's a lot more concern about, hey, you know, wait a minute, let's get this thing right.
And the players agree. Knowledge is power.
Trainers and everybody, like, they know what they are now. So if they're hit, like, they know and they take them out. But yeah, it happens a lot. It doesn't have to be a big one. Just a little one can lead to a big one, like for me. So I think you got to be cautious at all stages.
Like my doctor said, we only have one head. It's not worth it to lose it on a sport when you can keep it for the rest of your life.
For Stay Tuned, this is Margaret Enright.